my darlings, I hope you're doing very, very well. I hope you are sitting comfortably, you are cozy, and you have your snacks and your beverages at the ready. Where did my voice go? At the ready. Finally hitting puberty. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at a YouTube video, and I was sent a clip montage reel of this. So it was like a Instagram reel montage of the YouTube video we're gonna watch. I was sent it a lot on Instagram, and I watched like a little bit of it, but I haven't watched like the full Instagram reel, or I haven't watched the full YouTube video because it seems like it's just pure chaos and it's tattoo related, and yeah, I just want to watch it with you, and like, yeah, we're gonna just hang out and have a fun time watching this craziness. Okay, it'd probably help if I told you the video that we'd be watching today. Yeah, that'd probably help. So the video we'll be watching is called I Tattoo My Friend with a 3D Printer. Okay, I tattoo my friend with a 3D printer. Like, what the hell? This video is from someone called Emily the Engineer. In her YouTube bio, it says, engineer by degree, unhinged by nature. She seems like my kind of person, okay? Like, she seems very smart and educated, but chaotic, and I'm here for chaotic. I live with a very chaotic person, my boyfriend Tom. He's a Sagittarius, okay? And if you know anything about Sagittariuses, if you're into the whole like astrology thing, you know they are pure chaos. So like, I've learned to love chaos. As a Capricorn, chaos kind of like freaks me out a little bit, okay? But like, I don't know, I've just learned to like love chaos. So Emily the Engineer does an array of content on her YouTube. She's got videos like, I 3D printed a boat, world's largest benchy. And like, the thumbnail, like, she's in this like plastic boat on the sea. I think I need to watch this after I filmed this video, to be honest with you. I'm so intrigued. She has another video called I Built SpongeBob Memes in Real Life. Again, another video I kind of need to watch, right? Another video she has is 100% 3D printed skateboard, and she 3D printed a skateboard, which is hella cool if you ask me. This one seems like pure chaos. I 3D printed a toilet. I wonder if it's functioning. Would you take a crap on a 3D toilet? I don't know if I could trust it. I made a third arm to multitask. Can she make me a third arm so I could have, you know, more tattoos in my life? I will leave links down below to Emily's YouTube channel, the video, and any other social medias that I can find. Make sure you go and check her out and her content. Okay, are we ready? Are we sitting comfortably and are we cozy? Yes, okay, great. Let's see what Emily is gonna be doing here.
You read the title of this video, it's not clickbait, all right? I've printed a lot of stuff because I have a ton of 3D printers, but what am I gonna do with the ones I don't use? Print on other things, like humans, permanently.
I'm worried. I'm so worried. I don't want to assume that Emily has absolutely no tattooing experience, but something tells me she has absolutely zero tattooing experience. And this is, I just feel like this is going to be such a disaster, you know? Like, you've got someone that has probably never tattooed before doing tattoos. That's always a disaster, okay? And then, like, I don't know, does Emily have any tattoos? I don't know. Like, has she ever experienced a tattoo in her life? Like, that even equals more of a disaster, you know? Like, oh God. Also, this whole like 3D printing thing, by the way, is so fascinating to me. Like, I would love to have a 3D printer, but I would be printing the most insane stuff. But I feel like it would be so fun to do, right? Like, I don't know.
To do this, we need 3 different things. 1, a 3D printer modified to just print 2-dimensionally. 2, a tattoo gun.
Oh no.
Tattoo gun.
Emily, baby. I don't know why. I'm sure if you've been watching me for a while, you'll know. Just the word tattoo gun, it just gives me a reaction, like an instant feeling. I don't know why. It just really, it just annoys me. It just deeply annoys me. And like, I know a lot of people do call it tattoo guns. Like, it's definitely a lot more popular, but a lot of people do call it a tattoo gun, but like, it's not a tattoo gun. Like, it's not like a gun shoots things, okay? It shoots and like it doesn't come back. It's not like a boomerang, you know? Like calling a piercing gun makes sense. 100% it's not a piercing machine, it's a piercing gun because it's shooting something. But with a tattoo machine, it works the exact same way as a sewing machine. It's got that like rotary device in it that makes the, you know, needle go in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. It comes back. It's not shooting something out, you know? Would you call a sewing machine a sewing gun? You know, like it just doesn't sound right, does it? Like, yeah, I know it's just like a silly little thing and it's really not that deep, but it's just something that bothers me and I don't know why. But it's just like, I don't know, like, do you have a word that makes you go, ugh? Like, a lot of people don't like the word, I don't even want to say it because I don't want to upset anyone, but like the word moist. A lot of people hate the word moist and get that horrible, like, ugh feeling, right? I get that feeling for tattoo gun. But the fact that Emily has just called it a tattoo gun, it just, my expectations are very, very low right now. You know, like, this is someone that is definitely quite far removed from the tattoo world, I'm assuming anyway.
And 3, a willing participant.
Wait, hold on.
Hi, my name's Dan, and I consent to this.
Oh, hold on. You can't make it sound like you're reading a script. Try again.
Hi, my name's Dan.
You would have to pay me to do this. Like, I would not volunteer for someone to 3D print a tattoo on me. Like, however this is gonna work, I'm someone that needs the comfort of a tattoo studio, okay? Like, I don't want no garage 3D printed tattoo. Like, you're gonna have to pay me a lot of money. No matter how much a friend needs me. I might cough up. Because, like, if this goes wrong, it's gonna be so bad, right? Like, how is this...
This is Dan, and as much as I joke around about this, this was actually his idea, and he really does want to get a tattoo from a 3D printer.
I've got a feeling that this is all going to take place in the garage. Like, this is worse than a kitchen tattoo to me, because like so much crap happens in a garage. Like, whose garage is spotlessly clean? Mine ain't, I know that for sure. It's full of like cardboard boxes and a Christmas tree and Halloween decorations, you know, and it's just like the spiders living in there. I think we had a mouse in there at one point, you know. Like, a garage is not a place for a tattoo, you know.
But first, we wanted some other people's opinions.
What do you want?
Question about an idea that I'm having, but then I used my thigh.
Daniel, can you just let Mom live?
Would you approve it, deny it, or give it a
I
maybe?
think it's a bad idea.
So I'm gonna put you down as a yes.
No, Daniel.
This is such a, oh my god, this is such a Tom and his sister kind of vibe. I'm telling you, like, again, Tom, my boyfriend, is so chaotic, and Midge, his sister, is just like, come on now, Tom, like, what are you doing? Is this every single brother-sister relationship? Because I don't know, because I just have a sister, so I've never had a brother or anything, but I feel like, is this like a normal brother-sister relationship kind of vibe? I don't know, but it's definitely Tom and his sister, because...
Hi, baby. I love you.
No.
Is that a no?
Yes, it is a no.
Alright, you're sending me mixed signals here.
That would be me. If Tom come to me and was like,
Hey, so, I would like to get tattooed by 3D printer.
I'd be like, boy, get your ass home now. What do you mean? I'm very much a it's your body, your choice kind of thing. But like, don't be stupid. Get your ass home.
This is an old Ender 7. It is unnecessarily heavy and bulky. Now, the single good thing about this printer is the hot end moves in both the X and Y. If we're drawing on paper, then it's not going to need to go up and down.
Yeah, that's the point actually, because 3D printers work flatly, don't they? Like, they start from the bottom, then they work up and make a thing. But like, the body is round. Like, the only place that's flat on your body, I was gonna say hand, but even with your hand there's a curvature. Like, there's nothing flat on your body apart from my tits. How is a 3D printer? Actually, maybe your wrist is a little flat, but no, there's still a tiny curvature. Like, there is nothing dead flat. Like, with a 3D printer, you need stuff to be flat, right? Because it works from the ground up, and you've got, oh, I don't know, like, how How are they gonna do this?
Now, yes, this would have been a lot easier with a printer that has a stationary bed, but part of the challenge was just to use what I had around the garage, so it makes it a little bit more interesting, I guess. To get the printer to spit out a tattoo, all we should have to do is just make sure our design is only one layer thick in the slicing software. Additionally, we're going to have to change the firmware since the 3D printer is going to be looking for things like temperature values before it starts printing. So we just got to tell it that those values don't really matter.
Okay, like, alright, we're getting too smart and technical for me now. My silly little brain that is all no thoughts, just vibes, just crashed then. I was just like, what are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about right now. Like, good for you. I'm so glad you understand. Like, this is where I will put full trust into Sarah because I am clueless. I don't know what she's talking about. I would love to know if any of you actually do 3D printing or if any of you are like engineers or just like much smarter than me, you know? Like, can you explain what's going on here? Like, yeah.
And also, apparently editing the firmware on this thing is kind of near impossible, so we just use this separate LCD as a loophole.
Okay.
After ripping off the print head, attaching a 3D printed pin mount, and editing the firmware, we got it to draw PNG images that we converted to STL.
Oh, I know what PNG is. Oh my gosh, I just feel pretty smart. I all of a sudden understood something and that is just amazing. Oh my god, thank god. But yeah, I use PNG images and stuff when I'm like creating art and thumbnails and what have you. It just, well, for me, I use it for like transparency things so I can overlay stuff and then not have a background around it and stuff. I'm not very good at explaining things, but I use PNG files. Okay, like woo, okay, woo. My end screen card at the end of my videos is PNG, you know, because it's like, there's art, but then it's like transparent because you can see like the moving thing behind it. Yeah, okay. That's what a PNG is if you need to see an example. I think I'm explaining this so bad. This is so embarrassing. Oh god.
Oh my god, it's actually working.
It's doing it.
gosh.
Wait, it's doing the thing.
Is this technically just a mini CNC machine? Maybe.
Oh,
Just let me be excited for a second, though.
I mean, it did a thing. It did a thing. That's really, really cool. But again, like I was saying earlier, the body is round for the most part. Like, there's curvatures. There's just no way a tattoo is going to work like this. Or like a tattoo machine or whatever it is they're trying to do here. Like, it's just not going to end well. Like, you're going to have parts that the tattoo machine has gone in deeper than others. And that obviously will lead to scarring or a terribly done tattoo, a patchy tattoo. Like, this is not gonna go well. Okay, I'm just telling you, it's not gonna go well if they're doing it like this. But I like that their creation is forming. It's forming. Maybe I should just trust the process and shut the fuck up.
And after adding more Z-hop when we sliced it, it worked perfectly.
Oh god,
You
adorable.
want a Sharpie tattoo real quick?
Honestly?
Floor.
It's my boy Flork.
Oh no. Oh no. The skin is moving so much.
Wow.
Close enough. Close enough. I mean, oh gosh, obviously they're using a Sharpie, so it's not gonna look like a tattoo or anything like that. Like, Sharpies bleed on your skin and what have you. But like, it's getting there. It's doing a thing, but did you notice that the skin is moving there? That's not what you want when you're getting tattooed. That's why a tattoo artist will stretch your skin and what have you, so they can be more precise and it steadies the skin, because you don't want a tattoo needle dragging on your skin. Tattoo artists also obviously do it so they can get in every nook and cranny of your skin, so they get full saturation. You want it to be nice and smooth like butter.
I have the same hand thickness.
Oh gosh. Oh, what is that, honey?
Well, I count that.
What is that? Oh, it's getting worse. It started off pretty good, but I don't know what that's meant to be. What is that meant to be?
I can kind of see it.
Stop.
Wow, I love it.
Improvement.
It's better.
No. Oh, please do not do anything with a tattoo machine if it's looking like that with just a Sharpie. Oh, this is such a disaster. Are you kidding? Like, after seeing these examples with Sharpies, I personally would just give up.
What have we learned? Wow. Skin move.
Yeah, its skin moves. Oh, no. They, like, don't know anything. I mean, they can say the same about me and my knowledge of 3D printers, so skin moves. Like, This is why we need people to do tattoos, okay? Like, getting a machine to do it is just a disaster. I've done a couple of videos on this business called Black Dot, and they've come up with this, like, robotic tattoo machine thing that is honestly such a disaster. I mean, they seem to have perfected, like, how it works on skin, that, you know, curvature body parts, but, like, you have to be strapped down, and it's just, honestly, I feel like tattoos should always be done by a human because that way it is super customized to your body and your skin. You know, like, I don't think we should be getting machines to do this or operate the tattooing equipment. You know, I think humans should operate the machines, the tattoo machines, not have 3D printers or robots be doing tattoos. Like, no.
And because of that, we don't want the tattoo gun to be extremely rigid. Otherwise, if something goes wrong, it could just scrape across your skin.
Yes, that's another thing. Like, again, if it's, like, goes too deep, oh, like, imagine, like, a tattoo machine just stabbing you right in there and just, like, dragging across your skin. That would be like a scene out of, like, Final Destination. Oh my gosh, have you seen the clip from the new Final Destination film? I reacted to it on Instagram and TikTok. I did try to upload it onto YouTube, but it just got blocked instantly, copyright claimed. I'll leave a link down below to my reaction to it on Instagram and TikTok, and I'll leave a link to the clip as well down below from, like, YouTube or what have you. If you don't want to see my reaction, you just want to see the clip. But the clip from the new Final Destination film is literally in a tattoo studio. Like, it finally happened, okay? Final Destination finally came from the tattoo industry. Like, they ruined tanning salons for a lot of people, okay? But now the tattoo industry, oh god. Like, there is enough issues going on in the tattoo industry. We don't need Final Destination making it worse. But yeah, this whole thing that Emily's doing is just giving me palpitations, you know, like, ugh.
So we discussed how we wanted to develop a new tool head that incorporated a spring and tested out the Sharpie one last.
Okay, I like how Emily is, you know, putting her engineer experience and education into use and trying to make this whole thing a little bit safer. So I think she's, like, making a spring so the tattoo machine can move up and down, maybe a little bit better, or it'll bounce better off of the skin. Again, I don't know.
Tattoo gun time. So now we gotta swap out the pin for the tattoo gun, and instead of paper, we're gonna tattoo on skin. But first we're gonna try fake skin because I'm not too confident.
It looks like American cheese for, like, a cannibal.
It does, though. It really does. I'm so glad that they have fake skin. Like, that has just filled me with a bit more confidence and a little bit more, you know, like, I don't know, I don't feel as stressed anymore. Like, I'm glad they're practicing on, like, first of all paper with a Sharpie and then with the fake skin. Like, that's okay. They're being smart about this. I applaud it. I'm glad they know what, like, fake skin is and all of that. Like, that's great. Wonderful.
Welcome to Emily's tattoo shop, where I've never touched a tattoo gun before. This seems to be the thing that goes buzz. This seems to be a way to give yourself sepsis. And I put it in there, and then when I do this,
oh, there's just, like, no knowledge, no thoughts, no vibes. The only thing I will applaud, though, I'm not sure where she got the machine from, but I do see some Dynamic ink there, which is a very good tattoo ink brand. She didn't, you know, skimp out and get the really cheap crap from Amazon or Temu or whatever. I feel like Emily did buy her equipment from an actual tattoo supply store, which, again, I feel like Emily did do some research on the whole tattooing thing before, you know, taking part in this, which again fills me with a little bit more confidence. I will always say, you know, people that aren't tattoo professionals should not be doing any type of tattooing unless you are, like, practicing on fake skin, because I feel like doing tattoos on fake skin is like an art style that anyone could do, as long as you're safe about it and protect yourself, of course. Like, be careful with the needles and what have you. But yeah, because I feel like this is going to end up with a real tattoo situation. I'm still scared. But I do have a little bit more faith going forward.
listen, I know I'm using the wrong needle tip.
So
for this.
quick. Oh,
You wouldn't want that on your skin? That's crazy.
For the next few minutes, I got a grasp on how it worked.
This is the mistake a lot of people make when they first pick up a tattoo machine. They are so quick with it. People use tattoo machines like they're drawing with a pencil or a pen or what have you. With tattooing, you need to take your time with line work. Otherwise, you're going to end up with skippy line work. So there'll be gaps within the line work. You really do just, have to take your time with it. And Emily's out here drawing like, it's a competition. Like, she's against the clock. It's like so fast and what have you. Oh boy.
Before taking the tattoo gun and installing it on the print head.
Do you want to start off with like a small scale print?
Nope.
No, a tattoo gun works just by stabbing your skin over and over again
What are
and
you
pushing the
doing?
ink down. So I stood on standby and added ink as needed.
Oh no.
Okay. It's doing something.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh, I mean, I can understand why she's doing this, because obviously there isn't a person there to take the tattoo machine into the ink cup. So Emily does have to just pour the ink out and then make the tattoo machine through the 3D printer, pick up the ink and then tattoo it. Or she's going to have to pour ink in the area that this machine thing is going to tattoo. Oh. It's kind of genius to think of that, to be honest, but like, could you just could you imagine though if you go to get a tattoo and your tattoo artist just pours a ton of ink all over your skin and then just starts doing the design that way? Like, it just would be awful. It would be a disaster. The tattoo would be so patchy, everything would be a mess, especially if you have to have color. Oh my gosh, like the colors would melt into one another, and you'd end up with like a muddy brown kind of tattoo. Like, it would be an absolute disaster. Again, this is why we should always have humans doing tattoos, in my opinion. Otherwise, you're gonna have to do dumb shit like this.
Bro, it's working so well! It's working so well! Wait, it's like dragging...
That needle is gonna be
Wait,
so
this is so
blunt.
good.
Oh. What is working? It's actually working. Oh my god, I hate that this is working. It shouldn't be working, like I'm just like, oh god, no. Yeah, that machine is probably a little bit too close into the skin. Like, that needle is going right into that fake skin. You hear that awful grinding noise. That's not good. The needle is probably getting incredibly blunt, because it's like grinding too much, and oh.
Hold on.
I'm on for it.
So good! It came out so good! This was not supposed to
actually
work!
did.
There's someone out there with an actual tattoo of Pickle Rick, and I bet you it doesn't look this good.
Honestly though, she's not wrong. That really did come out really, really good. Tattoo artists beware, 3D printers are coming for your job. I'm joking. I don't think that will ever be a thing. I feel like tattoos will probably always be done by humans, like, even if robotic 3D printer tattoo situations do pop off, I personally will never take part in it. I like that human connection when you get tattooed, talking to your artist. It just feels a little bit more personal, instead of a robot. I don't think I'd let a robot do anything to me, apart from probably surgery, because obviously you got robotic surgeries and stuff like that, that's okay, whatever. But like, getting my hair cut by a robot or something, or get my nails done by a robot, like, no, it's just not for me. Like, I want to talk to people, like, I don't leave the house much. I need to have some social interaction.
The emergency design on the old one kind of sucked. We wanted to have it move up and down just in case, so it doesn't like tear in your leg. But we decided a better emergency plan was to just attach a solenoid to it.
Yeah.
So if it does start to like hurt you, so then you just activate it with this thing. The entire thing just goes. This is kind of just like an e-stop.
Okay, that's smart. I thought she was making a device to make a tattoo machine kind of move up and down smoothly. I don't know if that would ever be possible, but I thought she was making a thing so a tattoo machine could glide over someone's skin perfectly. So again, if it's on a rounded area, you'd get the same consistency throughout the whole tattoo. Am I making any sense? Like, it would just slowly move up around a body part. But this is more for safety, which again is something that is definitely needed with this, because if it all goes absolutely tits up, you've got like a kill switch to make it all stop. You definitely need that. Imagine if you get to the kill switch too late and you've already done a ton of damage. You know, like, oh, I can't. This is too much of a risk for me.
And now if something goes wrong, you can go, and
Okay.
it'll just pop up. Now it will cancel kind of the entire tattoo, and you'll be left with a half-complete tattoo. But it's also kind of better than having your leg torn to 50,000 shreds.
Yeah, I mean, I'd much rather have a half-done tattoo than my leg being sliced up. I mean, tattoo needles are pretty small. You'd probably just end up with a gash in your leg, like a little hole and like a scrape mark, you know, as it's coming out or what have you. But, I mean, obviously that's still not very, very pleasant, but it's not going to be like a massive machete slicing your leg up, you know? It obviously still hurt a lot. And, like, again, with peace and love to Emily here, like, how clean is this whole thing going to be? Like, you're probably more at risk of giving yourself a terrible infection doing all of this, you know? Like, you're in a garage, you know? Like, the concrete floor, don't think that's clean, you know? Like, there's stuff everywhere.
Now, that something goes wrong. This is much better than Pickle Rick. If you look at the back, Pickle Rick got...
I knew it.
His
went
face was,
far
he
too
was
deep.
stabbed pretty hard. Kirby Peter Griffin. That's perfect, actually.
Okay. Yeah, I knew that Pickle Rick, there was definitely too much pressure with it. I hope they're changing the needles out every time they're doing this also, because, like, the needle would have been so blunted by that Pickle Rick one. Like, are they going to use the same needle on the volunteer that's going to have this tattoo? Again, I have in good faith that Emily has done a lot of research and she knows, like, proper precautions and what have you, but there's only so much you can learn from the internet. Like, you need a tattoo apprenticeship / tattoo mentor to really guide you, you know? Like, it would have been better if they did have, like, a tattoo artist guiding them on this whole thing.
Problem is, though, your arm or your leg is not flat. So either we
Exactly.
gotta modify the printer to print on a curved surface, or we modify the surface to be flat.
Now, after a lot
are
of
you gonna do that?
decision making, Dan decided he wanted the tattoo on his leg. So we ended up having to kind of rig some stuff up to make that work.
I will fully commend Emily for how much thought and effort she's putting into this whole thing. Like, again, if I was Emily and I just tested it with the whole Sharpie thing and it looked like garbage, I would have given up. Like, I'm not a trooper. I'm not someone that is going to be persistent with stuff like this. I would have just been like, nah, I'm out. I can't be arsed. But now she's even thought about the fact that no matter what body part this is going to go on, it's going to be curved, you know? I'm glad she thought about that, because that definitely worried me.
So basically, we move the posts over to the side.
What in the Saw franchise is that? You cannot be you cannot screw a bit of plastic square to your leg. What is this about? No, that literally looks like a saw contraption. Are you joking? Oh god, could you imagine if this really took off and you have to, like, put your leg in this square screwed on contraption? Like, no. Oh, make it stop.
You can stick your leg through it. We switched out the bed for a bracket that's able to hold the thigh holder. It's got this top, then you can't accidentally hit other parts of your leg.
So we installed the holder with some fake skin pushed up against the little window just to test it out and to set the printer's auto home height. So we loaded up the needle with ink and prepared to give it a try, since this was probably the closest we were going to get to testing it on a human leg before we actually put a human leg in there.
I mean, it's working pretty well. And again, this is ideas that I could never, ever, 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 ever think about. Like, people with brains like this just fascinate me, because, again, my brain is very much no thoughts, just vibes. It's so cool that Emily is such a problem solver like this. You know, it's fascinating for me to watch, because I could just never. But yeah, this saw contraption thing is giving me the... Oh, I couldn't. One of my anxiety triggers is not being able to get out of stuff. It's normally like situations or... So like many years ago, I used to get super anxious going to the cinema because I felt like I couldn't leave. You know, you could just get up and leave, you know, but I felt like I couldn't, and that would make me so anxious. My anxiety is a lot better with that type of thing now. But like escape rooms, I did an escape room once and I will never do it again, because they make me so anxious, because you can't get out. I mean, obviously, if you had a medical emergency, you could get out. Or if you said, okay, I'm having a panic attack, I need to get out, you could get out. But still, like, the thought of you can't really leave without creating a scene. Oh, no, I can't. So, like, being trapped in one of these square box things, I can't. I would want it off of me so quick.
Like,
That came out really good.
wait, that actually did. Do you want just leg?
Oh, what is happening here? I guess they're just doing a bunch of...
all I can do.
They're just doing a bunch of tests, which again, I'm so glad that they are testing this very, very thoroughly. Again, that is something, you know, like I'm glad that it's being tested and this isn't being done willy-nilly. Like they're trying their best to make this as safe as possible. So that's something, right? But there's still so many like red flags here for me.
On a more serious note, do not do this at home or anywhere. If you want a tattoo, go to a professional's shop. I know it looks like we're kind of goofing off a lot of the time, but we actually are taking this pretty seriously, using unopened needles, gloves,
Okay.
inks, everything. And I have an ungodly amount of isopropyl alcohol over there. So I do not want to see anybody else attempt this.
Okay, I'm glad that she's done this warning. Like, I'm glad that this is somewhere in the video. It probably would have been better if it was in, like, the beginning of the video. I won't lie, but still. Something is better than nothing, right? And I'm glad, again, she's been very transparent about the fact that she is using unopened needles and, you know, gloves, and there's alcohol involved, and not, like, drinking alcohol, obviously. But, like, she's, I guess, trying to do the best she can with the knowledge she has with tattooing and what have you. So, again, like... Obviously, I will back what she's saying and say, do not be doing this. Do not try this at home, please and thank you. I mean, I feel like most people don't have, you know, random 3D printers just laying around, so that's something, I guess.
We triple checked the auto home position
Oh
just
my
before starting,
gosh.
and finally, it was time to go for it.
All right, Captain.
Why are you nervous?
I'm nervous. Why am I nervous? What do you mean?
We're about to have a medical emergency, that's why! I'd be so freaking nervous. Oh my gosh, I just have this vision of this tattoo machine just stabbing this person, okay? And just like, right in the skin, you know? And again, tattoo needles are pretty small. It wouldn't do too much damage, but it would still do some damage, you know? Especially if the needle somehow is like dirty or there's just like germs everywhere. Like, this could be such a disaster.
Ready?
Yep.
I feel
Oh, this
like
isn't
that's...
bad. I'm gonna go for round 2.
You are? What?
That's not bad. That's
feel
not.
like
that's
that's
not
not
bad.
deep
I just want to make sure it looks good.
I feel like it's just
All right.
like...
That wasn't bad.
Scraping the
That
skin, if that,
wasn't
like-
bad.
I don't know if that went deep enough. Like, it just looked like it was kind of on the surface, which obviously tattoo machines are, but I don't know. I have a feeling that it didn't. I don't know. I need to watch that little bit again. Hang on. It's really hard to tell, but I don't know. I just have a feeling it didn't go deep enough. I could be wrong though. And the fact that he was saying like, oh, it wasn't that bad, like you would have felt something, right? Like, I don't know.
It actually came out pretty
It
good.
came out perfect.
Well,
We did it.
oh, I think that's permanent.
Yeah, well,
That's,
that's what a tattoo is.
I don't know. It might have gone in there, but considering it was quite quick, I feel like it's not going to heal all that great, you know? And I'm also very glad that they are only doing a very, very, very tiny tattoo. They haven't, you know, pushed the boat out and been like, hey, like, let's do a traditional panther or something like that. They're just doing leg, which is kind of funny, actually, because it is on this person's leg. Like,
Oh yeah.
oh, let's just put the dirty
Leg.
sleeve over that.
That
Yeah,
is
cool.
awesome. That came out great.
Oh, God. Like, they've been touching this machine and it's been rolling around on the floor. And, like, yes, this person has gloves, but they've still been touching everything with the gloves. I don't know if they've, you know, changed the gloves out since touching everything, but they've now just touched their fresh tattoo, which is an open wound, with these dirty gloves. Like, not the garage gloves, you know, like there's so much garage dirt all over those gloves now, and oh God, cross-contamination hell if you're asking me with this whole situation. And the fact that this person like rolled down their pant sleeve as well, their short sleeve, what is it called, leg pant sleeve, short sleeve, but they rolled down the fabric onto this fresh new tattoo without even like thinking about it, and it's just, oh God. Like, are your shorts clean? they're not gonna be sterile, are they? So okay, the in bit, they're just like faffing around and phoning their friends that said yes, this is a good idea, to try and get them to come and do this whole thing. But you don't get to see the tattoo again or what it looks like healed or anything like that, which is kind of sad. But oh gosh, this whole thing it just makes me so nervous. And yeah, I highly recommend that you don't do this. Like, I feel like this is such a stupid idea, you know. Like, luckily Emily is very, very well educated on the whole 3D printing thing. I feel like it would have been better if she had a professional tattoo artist by her side guiding her with everything. Like, that would make me feel a little bit better. Like, I'm all for people experimenting and having fun and what have you, but like, you're dealing with tattoos, and like, I mean, my previous video I talked about someone who nearly died because of a tattoo infection. Like, they got cellulitis and then sepsis and their liver was failing, you know. Like, it's not like the whole tattoo thing, it's not something to play around with, you know. You're dealing with basically medical equipment. You're dealing with needles here. You're puncturing your skin and giving yourself an open wound, and if you're touching it with, you know, dirty garage gloves, I don't know, I just feel like it's not worth the risk, personally. Like, very entertaining content, no doubt, but ooh, just be safe out there, kids, okay? Like, I think luckily everything did turn out fine, and the person that got the tattoo, you know, hasn't died or anything, so that's something, right? But yeah, it was entertaining content nonetheless. I don't recommend you take part in this, you know. Don't get your 3D printers out and start doing shit like this, please. Anyway, my darlings, I would love to know your thoughts and opinions on this whole thing. Would you ever get a tattoo by a robot or 3D printer if it's in like a controlled environment? Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, make sure you do check out Emily's content. Again, I'll leave links down below to it all. And yeah, that's it for today's video. Stay safe, stay well, stay away from the robots. And until my next video, bye.